What's happening, HC Nation? That's right, we got a vlog. Not a blog, a vlog, a video blog. How cool is that? And it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for all of you. Because you've been hounding me, and I do that, say that in a good way, it's done. So, I've come up with a new mantra when it comes to giving you what you want. And it's called As You Wish, or As You Wish. If you don't recognize the quote, don't worry about it. It's an oldie but goodie, and if you haven't seen The Princess Bride, the movie, it's a must. And it's just like history. It's got love scenes, epic battles, deception, intrigue, invention, and so much more. And that's what history is. It has all those things. Now, a lot of you have asked me to come up with an easy way of teaching your friends and family how to play the game of Historical Conquest. And I think I've come up with it. But it's in 20 steps. And yeah, that's a lot. But I'm going to walk you through each step. So the first thing you want to do is take your cards out of the box and take out all the land cards. These. Boom! They're green with blue around the side. These are your land cards. Place all your land cards in the far right corner. Take the rest of your cards, all of them, and put them right next to it, just to the left. That's your deck. So you got your deck and your land pile. Now the first thing you want to do to start the game is each player pulls the first land from their land pile and places in the first row, column just to the left of the deck. Now that's going to be the land land where your civilization starts. And the main object is to protect that land and any other lands you find. The next thing you want to do is you want to grab the first 5 cards off the top of your deck. This is your hand. Hand's made up of all different types of cards. Now with these cards, they're going to help you defend that land, attack your opponent, all different types of strategies. And we'll get through a lot of those in our vlog and our newsletter and all these other things that we have. But the first thing you want to do is to defend that land. Iceland, that's going to be the land you want to protect. So I'm going to use someone like Attila the Hun and place them right above. Because conquerors, leaders, and armies are your strongest people you're going to have. They have the strongest attack points, which is the first number, and defense points, which is the second number. Now, let that sink in. Because you also have, besides conquerors, leaders, and armies, the ones that are most militarily strong, you also have people like Ferdinand Magellan. Now this guy's gold. Explorers, they're blue like this. They're gold because they find you new lands. They grow your civilization. So you place them down on the second row of the next column of where your civilization is already at. And boom, you found another land. You doubled your civilization with Ferdinand Magellan. At the same time, you're allowed to play 3 cards per turn. I played Ferdinand and I played Attila. 2 cards. So now I get to play 1 more card. Now I could play something like the Donner Party, but in the first round, you're not allowed to attack. And because I'm not allowed to attack, I can't play something that would hurt my opponent. And it's not just attacking, it's interacting with cards. So I can't play this card until the next round. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my favorite card. His name is Thomas Crapper. Yeah, he's the guy that promoted the toilet. And his abilities, get this, it says, due to your people's immense relief, increase your morale by 400 points. You know what? The toilet, yeah, it makes me pretty happy. So I'm going to place that right above Attila to defend Iceland. Now, because I played my 3 cards, it's the end of my turn. To signal to my opponent that it's their turn, I grab from the discard, or the deck, and now it's their turn. Now, the next person plays, another person plays, depending on how many people you have. But when it gets back to you, that's 1 whole round. So each of us get a turn, and everybody together makes 1 round. Now the second round is where you can actually attack. But the limitation is you have to get up to 800 morale points. Now someone like Thomas Crapper, as I said, he gives you 400 morale points. With that 400 morale points, you move your token from 0 to 400 points. And as your morale increases, if it gets to 800 points, you can start attacking land to land. And if it gets to 3,000 points, you win the game. That's world peace. That's one way of winning the game. The second way is if you take away all your opponent's land. If all of a sudden my lands are wiped out, boom, you win the game. My opponent wins the game. I lost. So I'm going to protect those lands. Again, that's the most important thing right now, protecting that land. Now, because I got a new set of cards, I'm actually going to play the Tlingit Warriors, who again, I said, the armies, conquerors, and leaders are the strongest people you have. but you're only allowed to play one army per country or per land. With that, I can still play one more person because I'm allowed to have 4 cards above each land, defending that land. Now, they're all characters or they're army cards. If there's something like events, documents, technology, something that's not a person, like the Torah, it would go in what's called the active area, which is just to the right of that. Now, I'm going to play the Torah because it says, the enlightenment from the Torah gives your civilization 300 morale points. So I place that down, and my morale goes from 400 to 700. So I'm just below 800. But just for this example, before I get to there, so I'm going to play one more card. Because as soon as I attack my opponent, I cannot play any more cards. I have to play my cards, then attack. And then as soon as I'm done attacking, I can either transport my people 1 time per turn, or I draw my cards. And that's a whole turn. So now I'm going to play the Donner Party. The Donner Party, as I said, attacks my opponent. It actually decreases their morale by 300 points. So say he was 800 points and he's just about to attack me. Boom, he's at 500 points now. But because this is a one-time card, instead of going to the active area like the Torah, it now goes to the discard. Now, let me explain attacks. Very simple. If you're attacking, you take the first number, all your attack points. So for the Tlingit Warriors, they have 2,000 points. Thomas Crapper has 60. And Attila the Hun has 1,500 points. That's 3,560 points. And say my opponent has 2,700 points. Who wins? Obviously, I'd win. Let's do a reverse so you can see what happens to the defender if he loses the game, loses the battle. So say I only have 2 people in here. I have 1,560 points, and they have the 2,700 points. Okay, so he attacks me. Because I lose and I'm a defending country, I lose one of my characters. Dang. Now they're in the discard. And I have 1 left. Now he's allowed to attack twice per turn. What happens if he attacks again? Attila the Hun, sorry dude, you're out of here. And now you're in the discard. And because no one's occupying Iceland, that then becomes my opponent's. So automatically, now say I didn't have this other land, and I only had this 1 land, automatically, I lost the game. I'd be out of the game. If I had 2 other opponents, then they'd battle it out until world domination is reached. Or if I can get my morale up to 3,000 points, or somebody else could that was active in the game, they get to 3,000 points, they win the game. 2 great ways of winning the game: world domination, so war, or peace. You get to decide. That's the great thing about this game. Now, if you have any questions when it comes to playing the game, please put them down in the comments in this YouTube, and we'll answer them in the next following blog. So if you have any questions, do that. Otherwise, please like this video, and we'll see you on the next blog. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.